Hi, I'm Kara, and welcome to another Scrapbook Pal video. Today, these little Lawn Fawn friends are helping to give a gift card using the Lawn Fawn Flippin Awesome die and Lawn Fawn's diagonal gift card pocket. I'll use the Snow Day Remix Petite paper pack, peppermint twine, and now here's the Flippin Awesome die, and that's in white, but the larger square die is from the paper pack, and that's die cut 4 times. And then the smaller stitched square is cut out 4 times, and then I cut out two white ones as well for snow. Now here's the diagonal gift card pocket and the decorative panel, and I did another one in white for the snow. I cut out a bunch of trees from the Shadow Box Mountain add-on. And then this is a pull tab from the Flippin Awesome die. And this is a scallop base panel from the Flippin Awesome add-on and the to and from diagonal gift card pocket. And lastly, a stitched curve from the Sandy Beach accents. The stamp sets I'll use are Say What Christmas Critters, the Reveal Wheel Holiday Sentiments, just one of them, and then Offset Sayings Christmas. I'll use the and. And then can't forget the coordinating dies for the Say What Christmas Critters. So we're going to start by putting together the Flippin Awesome die mechanism. And I start by folding on every score line. So just folding it and reinforcing each score line with a bone folder, making sure that they're all nice and crisp. And once I have those fold lines, those score lines all folded, I'll flip it over and I'll do it again. And this is going to make the fold lines very flexible, and that's what we're looking for so that the mechanism works smoothly. All right, one last fold there, and there it is. It works real well. Now I'm going to fold the part with the tab behind, and then these 2 side tabs, I'm going to fold those around it. And then I will crease those, make sure they're nice and smooth, and then put on some very strong score tape so that it will hold well, because this is the only part that is holding it to the card. So I just take off the release paper and I'm placing it on that scallop panel, and now I can put on my decorative squares. So these are the larger ones, and I'm just finding that score line and butting it right up to that. And then I put adhesive in between those score lines. So 1, 2, and 3. And now with each of those squares, I'll line them up with the score line again, and they'll be held on just the one side. And there they are. All right, and see how it works. It works great. Now it's time to put on the diagonal gift card pocket. So I open it all the way up, and then I'm going to fold it on the score lines. There's 3 score lines on this gift card pocket, and I'll just fold each one and make sure they have a nice crease, and then with some, again, very strong score tape, I want to get all of those sides covered and then pull off that release paper. Now here's the trick. This has to go under that last square in order for it to move freely. So I used my scissors as a wedge, and I put it just a little under there, and it worked great. So now I'm putting on the pull tab, and I'm putting on the one with the little hole there because I'm going to use some twine to have it pull. So I put my decorative one on this side, and I cut one in white to put on the other side just to reinforce that, especially because that little part is past that tab. And here's my peppermint twine. I'm just cutting enough to get it in there, and I folded that in half, pulled that through, and then I'm going to put the 2 pieces through the loop, and there it is, it's ready. Now it's time to create the scenes, and I'm going to have a little snow on each of these, so I'll use that and die cut that out. But for the decorative part, this panel is supposed to be in the middle, but I need it to be under that so that the mechanism flows freely. So I will partially die cut that a little longer. We'll see that in a minute. But here's my snow, and here is my extended panel for the diagonal cut. Now here's the die, and you can see it is shorter. So I just put it in my die cut machine to just this amount, and then ran it through, and then I put it through on this side, flipping it over and running it through to just that amount, and that extended this panel. And I did the same with the white so that I could have snow there. And then this is that to and love little saying, so I'm going to die cut that out. I think that is so cute. So that's going to be where I put in my gift card information. And all I'm doing now is adhering the snow. Now I extended this one a little further than I did, so I'm just clipping that off. You won't see that because it'll be tucked in to the Flippin Awesome mechanism. And I'm just putting on the rest of the snow with a little adhesive tape. Now I'm putting on some trees, and I decided just to use the little trees, and I'm putting 2 on each one. And then I've got all 4 of my little panels ready to go, and my panel for the diagonal gift card holder with a tree on that too, but I want it down low enough so that I could write above it. And so I just need to snip that off a little, and we're all set. Here it is. Now I'm putting that on, and as you remember, I have to put it underneath so that if I put it out, it would act as a stopper, so it wouldn't flow freely. And now I'm putting in that little tiny middle of the O. So I used the O as a guide, but I ended up having to move it in the right place anyway. So there that is. It's all set, and I can adhere each one of my scenes now. And I'm just using a little tape runner on each one and folding it in a little bit more and putting on the next scene and all the way, and here's the front scene. So this part is all put together, and it's flowing freely, and it's ready to go. So it's time to put our characters together, and I'm stamping them out, and I'm going to use Lawn Fawn Jet Black ink because it's Copic friendly, and I'm using Copics today, and they are all going to use a speech bubble. So I put that speech bubble in the corner so that I could just rotate around my paper, and I didn't have to take that speech bubble out and reposition it. So I have a speech bubble for each one. They're all going to say part of the greeting, and it's going to be a little rhyme. So they are saying, "A gift for you. You're such a dear. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year." So there's the "and above Happy New Year. And now it's time to color. I was originally going to color this llama in warm grays, but decided on some grayish browns. So I'm using the E42 to kind of find my shadows and also give him some texture. So little lines just to indicate fur, because he's kind of a fuzzy guy. And then here's the darkest. This is an E43, and I'm reinforcing those shadows going into the crevices and giving him a little more texture, so more fluffy hair. And then once I have that all together. I'm going to do his little hooves in E43 as well. And then with my lightest E40, I'm blending that into the body so that all the little hair and everything kind of blends together. It just looks like he's doesn't have any strays. We've got to have them all blended nice together. All right, well, here's his face, and that is a warm gray, so this is a W1 and a W00 for closer to the snout area. And some pink cheeks because these guys are outside. They have to have their pink cheeks. And then a scarf because they're outside. This little llama needs a scarf in R24 and then R29. I'm going from the lightest to quite a bit darker, and then with the R59, and then after I have all those shadows, because it's such a small area, I wanted to get those together and then blend them out with the R24 so that I didn't lose any of that dark shadow area. And now I'm onto the penguin, and he's going to be a cool gray. So here's the C4. I'm such a small area, so I'm just coloring it all in. And then with the C7, I'm going to bring in the shadows. So down between his feet and then up by his hat and where his little face comes there. And then under his little flippers, or wings, flippers, right? And then blend that together with the C4. Now the front of his body is mostly white, so I'm just putting in some shadow at the bottom with a C0 and a C00 coming up into the body. And then in order for that to be smooth, I'm coming in with the 0 colorless blender to just make that smooth transition. And then he'll have some YR14 for his feet and YR18 for the shadow. Now it's time for the deer, and I'm using a redder brown color, that's E13, and the E15 for the shadows, and finding where they should be, but it really didn't bring much shadow, so I'm bringing in the E17, and that will give it more contrast between the E13 and the E17. Now for his face, he's going to have those E40s. So this is the E41, that'll be the lightest. And for his antlers and his little hooves, this is the E43, and I'm putting in the shadows there. And here they are in the hooves. And just deciding if I need any more shadow there, and then blend that out with the E41. And once that's all blended out, I'm putting in those pink cheeks again with the R20, and I forgot them on the penguin, so here they are up there. And I'm using that colorless blender again just to kind of blotch out that circle of the R20 for his cheeks. And now we're on to our unicorn, and this is going to be a candy cane unicorn. Pink candy cane unicorn. I don't know. It's I wanted it to be Christmassy and fun, so that's what, well, unicorns can be whatever, right? Because we know unicorns. So I was putting in the red and the white, but then I wasn't sure. Should the body be white? I'm thinking about it here, and I decided, no, it's going to be pink. So this this is kind of the reddish pink, and I didn't like it together. I was trying to get something that was similar. So these are R20s, so the R21 and 22. Didn't like it, so I went away from it for a little bit and just started putting in shadows into my mane and tail and the hooves, and just trying to decide what am I going to do with that salmon colored unicorn. I mean, he almost looks like a little pig that's dressed up as a unicorn. But okay, so what I did was came in with some striking hot pinks. So this is the RV13, and I'm just coloring right over it and blending that out with the RV10, and I still don't see a lot of difference here. So I came in at putting a little more shadow into the white areas because I'm still thinking, what am I going to do with this pink? And I came in with the great guns. I came in with the RV17, bright, bright pink, and those are the shadows. And in the end, I like it. It turned out fine. So RV17 to the RV14, and just getting those shadows out a little further. And then we're going to come in with the RV13, bringing the shadows a little further, and then the RV10 to finish it up. All right, well, I die cut all of the speech bubbles out, and I die cut all of the little critters out, and I gotta say that candy cane unicorn turned out pretty good. But anyway, now it's time to put them on their scenes. So here's the llama, and I'm using the Lawn Fawn glue tube for this because it just makes it so simple. Open up to one more space, and here's our deer, saying that you're a deer. And each of these guys are gonna be in the same position. So they're all kind of taking their place. And now we pull it one more scene and glue on the penguin, who's got the Merry Christmas. I don't know, they must have all had like a spot they had to step into to say this. And then here's our candy cane unicorn. And she's got the Happy New Year because she's very festive. She's ready to party for the new year. So they're all set. And there they are. Pull it with the cord, and it's time to slip in that gift card. So it fits nicely into the gift card holder, and we close it up, and it works perfect. All right, I'm going to just adhere it to a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch note card, and I'm using the tape runner to adhere, put some adhesive on the back and adhere that. I'm kind of centering it, and then at the top I'm going to finish it off using some more of the peppermint twine from Lawn Fawn and deciding how long I need it because I'm going to just tie it into a little bow. And that bow there is kind of going to balance out having the twine pull at the end of that pull tab there. I have to say, I really like this Lawn Fawn twine. It's just very sturdy, and it's easy to create a bow, and it stays where it should. And I don't know, it's better twine than I've used before, and I really like it. So I have my bow ready, and I'm just going to decide where to snip off the excess, and it's all set. So there they are, a gift for you, you're a deer. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I hope you enjoyed the card today, and if you did, if you would hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.